Terry from Wrap Your Head Around Silks. This is the Expecting Ariels podcast, now with the Digitant Network. How's it going, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in. Before we get started, lots going on at Wrap Your Head Around Silks. Would love to have you as a virtual student. We have Roll It Out every Monday and Thursday. We hit the mat together on Zoom, foam rolling. We've got some teacher training going on. I've got aerial rehab course for if you are recovering from all types of things, and a flagship course, which is beginner to intermediate silks. So I'd love to have you. All right, my friends. Today we have Lucy Abdullah. She owns a studio, Freedom Aerial, here in San Clemente, SoCal, Southern California. And she DM'd me when I put my reel out about my ankle injury that was 10 years ago. And she is suffering from a shattered ankle, and she is in the middle of her recovery, a couple months out. And she was like, man, your story, I have a very similar story. I was like, you should come on the podcast and talk about it. She actually injured herself by coming down on a mat the wrong way from Skin the Cat, and just came down the wrong way. She has some brittle bone issues that she didn't know about, and here we are. All right, guys, this is so fascinating, and we're thinking of you, Lucy. Let's get started. Lucy reached out to me after my post on my leg because you are currently recovering, correct?
Correct. Yes. Injured. I was injured beginning of December, actually, last year.
Please explain how this went down.
Okay, well, so I've been teaching and performing aerial arts for over 10 years, never broken a nail. And I was just doing a Skin the Cat, which I guess all aerists know what that is, but pulling up and over, basically. And then I just jumped down, and I was probably maybe only 2 feet from the ground. But I landed super awkwardly, and I shattered my ankle in 10 places and broke my tibia.
I mean, how's that even possible that far off the ground?
I know. Well, it seems I have brittle bones, which I didn't know about. So that's one thing. And the surgeon said I was probably, because I was probably yapping to one of my students, I was pointing my toes. So I was pointing my toe on one foot, and then I landed. So I landed on the main ankle part of your main ankle bone. Most people, when they break their ankle, they like kind of camber to the left or the right, but I landed head on. So that bone shattered and then pushed into my tibia. My tibia was like, no thanks. But yeah, that's what happened.
Was it obvious? Like, were you in crazy amounts of pain?
I mean, when I landed, I heard like crack, crack, crack. And I was like, okay, well, that could have just been like dislocated, and then I couldn't move it. It kind of spasmed into a place that I couldn't move it from. So I was like, okay, this is an issue. And my student, bless her, she was like, oh, it's okay. You probably just like, put it out of place, and we'll just go take you to the ER, and they'll just put it back, they'll just click it back together. And I was like, oh, I don't know. I can't move it. And then I work in a gym, so my aerial studio is located in like a CrossFit gym. So there was like a ton of burly men in there, and they came over and like airlifted me and was like, put me in the car, and we went straight to Irvine. To have it checked, basically. And I actually sat in the waiting room forever. That's when the pain started to come on, and I was just bawling. It was so painful. And like I said, I've had 4 kids, and that's painful, but like this was more painful. And I've never said that before. I'm always like, childbirth is really painful. But
Lucy, we dove right in, but if you could introduce yourself, your full name, where you live, a little bit about your practice, a little bit about your family, and then I'll dive in and with some questions.
So my name's Lucy, and I live in Dana Point, California. I have been practicing aerial for over 10 years. I have a studio in San Clemente, which I've had since I moved here in 2015 with my ex-husband now and my 4 children. And we, I pretty much did teacher training at a studio in Costa Mesa. And once I did that, I kind of started performing for her for a while, and then I built my own business, which I had actually already built in the UK, but it really wasn't that serious. So I moved here and kind of built upon that when I moved here. Yeah, and I live with my 4 kids, and my mum's currently here from the UK helping me because of my injury. So yeah, well, that's basically me.
Okay, Lucy, I obviously experienced this. It is so tedious. It is
Yes,
so tedious.
yes.
We are now at the end of March, so you've been living with this for 4 months. Where are you in the process currently?
I am in I was finally weight bearing. I think when I last texted you was what, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks ago now. So I'm walking with the lovely boot that we get. And then last week my um physical therapist gave me a lace up. So you put it on like a shoe and you lace it up, and it kind of like cinches on your ankle, which is, yeah, helping me walk, but I have no I have limited movement in there because there's so much metal. So because they went in the front, and it's all the tendons are really tight and sore, and yeah, I'm still like, I'm walking. That's the main thing, but it's a struggle for sure.
Yeah, you're on crutches?
No, I'm off crutches now. I'm walking with the boot.
Oh, this is great. And then do you experience a
Yeah.
thing where you're good in the morning and by the evening it's like a football and it's swollen, right?
Oh yeah, so swollen because everything. I mean, when I'm in the lace up shoe, when I take it off, there's literally the indents of the lace on my leg, because the circulation is kind of poor too because of what the body's been through, and it's still trying to mend. So yeah, by the end of the day, I'm done. By the afternoon, I'm done.
How are you? I mean, how old are your kids?
11, 12, 15, and 16.
Woo!
Yeah.
I'm a kid, so
You're a kid still. I know.
Yeah.
they are older than
Yeah,
me.
her kids are older than you. So in a way, it's better that they're older because they can help you.
Yes, for sure. I mean, I train them pretty well, but I also live in a house that has 3 flights of stairs to get to my bedroom. So
Oh,
that was a challenge when I couldn't. We used to say, she was scooting my boot up the stairs to get upstairs. So, yeah. But yeah, no, they were pretty good. They would get me water, or give me pain medicine or whatever. But honestly, my mum's been here, so she's been the lifesaver.
I mean, I'm thinking about those ages when you were younger, when they were younger.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot. It was a lot, but we had so much fun. You're there with it right now. Like they were so fun. Like even just going to the park, or doing whatever. It was 4 little people always around me, 24/7, and it was a ton of fun. But I'm ready for them to be older. I'm ready. But yeah, that age. Imagine if this had happened when they were that young. Gosh,
Oh my
crazy.
God.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I
yeah.
can't even imagine.
Don't think about it. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, I mean, working. I haven't really. I mean, I've been going to the studio and like sitting. Firstly, when it first happened, I was going in and just sitting on my butt and just yelling at people.
I feel like I do that
Uh,
anyway.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
For the most part, they're like, "Miss Lucy, you angry?" I'm like, "I'm kind of frustrated." Yeah.
Lucy, how's the pain?
It's painful every second of the day.
Oh,
So
Lordy.
yeah, and I don't know whether you had this. I don't know whether I asked you this before, but like I get like shooting pains through like where the metal is. And it's like kind of like your body's kind of like, what is in here? Like, is it staying for long or what?
I only got that when I started doing a lot of force, like when I started trying to run
Oh,
on it and stuff when it was
oh,
healed.
yeah,
And then we decided to take mine out. So I have no more metal in my ankle. But if it doesn't bother you, then it just stays in there.
yeah. That's what they said. He was like, you can take it out when you're older, but you can't take it out for a while. I think just because it shattered so much and they had to pull it all back down and glue it all, cement whatever they did to it. So yeah, I think mine's pretty permanent, unless when I get older, it causes me pain. But he did say like I definitely would have arthritis in my ankle for sure, and that I could never run again. And I was like, well, I don't know what that means. The other day, I kind of thought that maybe he meant physically I can't run because my foot doesn't do that like rolling action. I was like, no, I don't know. I thought when he originally told me, he was just like, you can't run again because you got to be careful. But maybe it's physically not
like
possible.
anatomically. Doctors are so crass with that. The whole never, like the word never. I'm like,
I know. Yeah.
But maybe
it's pretty strong.
Maybe he is talking about range of motion. Lucy, how old are you now?
45.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm older than that. I know. She said you're older.
I love kids. Kids are great. It's so honest.
I am older than Lucy. We just confirmed it.
I think Mama's
Like-
kind of.
But you are not older than her kids. She had kids earlier than I did.
No fair.
Yes. Yeah, I did.
She doesn't like being the little one. She wants to be the
Oh.
older sibling.
Okay.
She doesn't have any siblings,
Okay.
but even her cousins, they're older. You know what I'm saying? So it's painful.
Yeah.
I found when I was injured, I was very, very conscious of just how good that those opioids felt.
Yes, true.
Yes, I was like, this is why people
Yeah,
get addicted. Like it is so it works too well, right?
Yeah, I had them for a while, and then I was able to, on like kp.org, I was able to refill them. And so what I was doing was, because of way back in the, like when I could start moving it, I would take one of those, and then after it kicked in, I was like, ooh, I can totally move my foot around.
Right.
So I made the refill, and then my doctor called me. He's like, yeah, I've been noticing that you keep refilling. Like, is everything okay? And I'm like, oh yeah. And I told him what I was doing, and he was like, oh, okay. He goes, some people like abuse it. And I'm like, no, I totally get it. But I'm like using it for these reasons to help me move my foot without any pain. He's like, okay, well, I'm not going to refill it again though. I was like, okay, I got you. Okay, but Tylenol just doesn't work as good, let me tell you. He's like, I know.
Yeah, I was very conscious of that, and I was like, okay, I cannot get too used to this because it's gonna be a slog. And
I also found that it made me not mentally not wanting to do as much. So I didn't really like that side of it, I was just like, oh, I guess I'm just gonna lay on my bed today, I mean, I know I couldn't do anything anyway, but I guess I could still get up on my crutches and move around, but it was just really awkward,
yeah, so it's like, I mean, there's a reason why there's an opioid crisis that, it's like there's it's too good, and then it makes you just want to sit around. So
well, and also a lot of the stories you hear, it comes from something like what happened to us. It's usually a normal person, and they they throw these drugs at them, and then it depends on your mental state and who you are as to whether you can stop taking them or you want to take more or whatever. It's a fine line, obviously.
It's a fine line.
Yeah, super sad. All these companies just making money from giving people those kind of drugs,
Yeah, because if you have anything in your personality that's a little bit addictive, it's so easy because you're taking them for a good reason to start out.
Right.
Most people.
Yeah, and that's what really happens to most people. You don't. I mean, I don't know any people that do it, but I'm pretty sure that it's most people that have been injured and they've been given the tablets to take after injury, and they're the ones that get addicted to it, and it's just super sad.
How often are you in PT?
Once a week right now.
Once a week, and how's it going?
Okay, yeah. There's one, the main guy who does it. I like him. He's more he manipulates it so it moves, and so to get the range of motion, I have to have 20% of it moving back this way, and at the moment I'm at 5%. So he's he pushes it and manipulates it and moves it around, and it hurts, but like I feel he makes a difference. And then every other week I have just a lady who makes me do ABCs, and I'm like, dude, I can do that at home. So
Like she's taking it too easy on you.
yeah, I'm like, oh, I just need, because I can't push myself, like to make it move, because I just feel like I'm gonna break it again, and that's so scary to go back in time, and start all over again. That'd be horrible,
Oh yeah.
So I'll put up with like hobbling along as opposed to being broken again. But he was like, you can't break it. You already broke it. That's okay. Okay.
Oh my God. So you're also running your studio. How many staff members do you have there teaching your classes?
I have two at the moment. I have two. One of the girls she's been a student with me for, oh gosh, like 8 years. So she's like my protege, and she's absolutely awesome. I try and go to most of the classes and just show my face. I mean, because I disappeared when it first started. I was gone for, I guess, for the first month after surgery. I was like, I am not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything. But then I started showing up and just, seeing the parents and supporting her, and yeah, making sure everything was running a tight ship. Because really, I mean, I before this happened, I taught 90% of the classes,
Really? Okay, yeah. So it's a huge transition for those students.
Yeah. And the, teachers and just different way, they get used to you, they get used to the way you teach. And it's, some people don't like it when change happens. I'm like, nor do I. But no, everyone's been super cool and super sweet, and it's kind of run itself pretty well, considering I haven't been there, very much. Yeah, I mean, we just did competition in Vegas, which was fun. So we went to Viva Fest, yeah. So I crutched my way around. I booted my way around Viva Fest, which was kind of funny because people are like, "Oh, what happened?" I'm like, "Well, there's a story. They're really from a Skin the Cat." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. Stop it. It was meant to be, and I don't know what the reason is, but we'll find out."
It's so annoying that I love my new guests.
Uh-huh.
She's so serious.
And it's
So serious.
It's so annoying still.
It's annoying? Why? Because you want mama time? You want all of my attention?
Yeah.
Because new people is, I'm just shy of.
You're shy. Listeners, she is rubbing my face with both hands.
Out of love.
Yep.
Mom, but I need your attention,
I
Mom.
want belly. I want belly.
So this is a huge transition for both your students and you, because if you were teaching 90% of the classes, that means you're so tell us about that, because you must be, are you going crazy a little with it?
Oh yeah, I am. It's getting better, as obviously, as you know, like the more you heal, but definitely at the beginning when I couldn't even go in there, I had pretty dark times. I remember one PT lady came, and she came to my bedroom. She came up the 3 flights of stairs, and she was like, I guess you don't really need me, because if you got yourself up these 3 flights of stairs, then I think you're doing okay. And I was like, yeah. She's like, but how are you feeling? Are you feeling like depressed? And I obviously was like, no, I'm fine. But when she left, I was like, yeah, I'm depressed. I'm stuck in this room like 24/7 by myself. It was also like over Christmas time, where everyone's like partying, and you would usually have like tons of gigs performing, out at Christmas parties and stuff, and I couldn't do any of those. So I was shipping all my work out to other people, which is fine, but I was like, oh man, I lost out financially too. It was a big financial shift for me, and still is, because I'm having to pay to people to teach my classes. So that was another big thing for me to have to get used to and manage,
Yeah, so you're like bummed, and then bummed and broke.
Yeah. Bums. I need a new T-shirt. It's like the one, point your toes. I'm bummed and broke. And nothing fits properly, because I have like one side of me is I'm half the woman I used to be. Like one side is totally shrunk, and the other side is like boss lady built, because it's doing all the work. It's crazy.
When when you break your leg, it is so insane how the muscles shrink. You look like you are starving.
Yeah, it's so funny. And then the other side's really it's kind of evening out now in the boot, but before I was like literally like hopping around on my right leg because I didn't always want to go on crutches. So if I was in my room and I needed to go brush my teeth, I would just like hop around on my leg, you know. So this leg got really built and buff, and I was like, oh, this is my perfect body this side, and then this side, not so much. Like you said, it's really skinny and like it looks really crazy. That's the thing that most people comment on. They're like, oh my god, your leg's so skinny. How long? Actually, I have a question. How long did it take for you to build up your other side? Do you remember? It was a while ago, I know.
Right when you start, it comes back really fast.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
Yeah, those muscles like, oh, this is what it's like to be normal again.
Yeah.
I just spoke to one of my mentors who saw me through that whole thing, and she commented on how hard I worked. Yeah. And of course, it was lovely to hear that, but I don't remember. Oh, I'm working so hard. Like, I was just like, I need to get past this. Yeah. Like, it needs to be behind me, and therefore the only path I have is to do all the things. Hard.
Yeah. And it's funny because I ask myself, am I doing enough? You know, I don't know whether I could be doing more, but I also am only like 13 weeks post-op. So I'm like, I don't want to push it where I damage it. I mean, I have I think it's in maybe 3 weeks time with my surgeon just to check to see if, because now I am weight bearing, whether it's the metal's like grinding on the bone or if it's all like kind of working properly, you know. So he was like, don't overdo it, because if there's a slight problem in there, then you know you're going to make it worse. So I'm like up in the arms, like, do I push it? Do I not push it? Am I doing enough to make it better, or am I not doing enough? You know, so many questions.
I know. I feel like people like us always end up doing too much, but
yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's
but
true. Single
not
mom.
not necessarily to detriment, you know, not necessarily hurting things. But man, when this happened to me, it was like, in a way, the best time because I didn't have anybody relying on me.
Right. Yeah, true.
I had workers' compensation at the time for this. And so I didn't have to worry about money. Right. Number one. I didn't have to worry about anybody needing me like that. I didn't have a kid yet. I just had to take care of myself, which is hard enough to do. But emotionally, it was the worst time for me to happen because I was right in the middle of the height of my career.
Right, yeah.
Of my dance career, not Ariel. Ariel is like, Ariel's different, right? We can last longer.
Yeah, dance, but
last
you're right.
Into our 50s and 60s.
Yeah. But dance, no, you're right. You're. It's a short time span, huh?
Really short time span. Like so Lucy, it was the best and the worst time. I recognize how much a financial thing, like, it wasn't real to me. Like, also like, if this happens and if you don't have insurance.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
This can become way bigger than just the emotional journey. My emotional journey was so dramatic.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, it was crazy. The money, I dread to think, I have Medicare. I have Medicare, so, and my kids do too. So I dread to think what the bill was. My daughter, actually, my 16-year-old, she was involved in a hit and run in July last year, and she was in the ICU. She had a broken collarbone, she broke her pelvis in 3 places and smashed her face open. And the bill for that was $500,000.
Well, first of all, I'm so sorry to hear that. That is epically bad.
And it was a bad year last year. What can I say?
But, and then with your insurance, how much did you end up having to pay?
0.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But $500,000, you would have been broke.
Oh, well, I was like, how do people pay for that? You know, how does that work? I mean, I don't know. We have a different system in the UK, so it's kind of, there's lots of systems here that I don't understand because I spent most of my life in the UK, you know, so I'm still struggling as a fully grown adult to be like, wait, how does it work here? Wait,
no, Lucy, it's not because you are not from here. It's because it's jacked up. Our system is a mess.
I didn't want to say that.
Yeah, but Europe, you guys you pay a little bit more in taxes and then everybody's covered, right? Is that the case where you're from?
Yeah, you pay like very, like, it's just a small amount of your wages, and everything is covered. Healthcare is covered. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a perfect system, but I mean, it works pretty well, you know.
Do you have advice for people out there who might go through an injury like this? And
Um, I mean, I'm still going through it, but it's hard. I think the only advice I have is to if you can have a good group of people around you, you know, that can help you through it. Because like you said, I think mentally, obviously physically it's really tough, but mentally it's even tougher, you know. And if you don't have a good support group, then, you know, it's gonna suck. You know? So yeah, that's my advice really, is make sure you have people around you that you can, you know, that can help you.
I mean, it's like no matter where you are in your life, it's like everything grinds to a halt.
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
Everything. And you're just trying to get back to like normalcy and to like it's almost like you want to go back in time, right?
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, it was tough for me because I was like, I realized that I couldn't even care for my children, you know. I was like, you don't realize how much breaking your leg you can't do anything, you know. I couldn't shower by myself. I could hardly go to the restroom by myself in the beginning stages. I certainly couldn't stand and cook. I couldn't clean my house. I remember laying in my bedroom looking at the disaster of my kitchen, and I was like, oh my God, I can't deal with this. Like, I need to clean it, but I couldn't get up off the bed. So yeah, I just didn't. Your whole life stops, and you're right, and that's the tough part. And then you have so much time just laying around thinking about how everything's changed and when am I going to get back to it, you know? Ugh.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure you're the same. No matter what, if you're a mom, like you're a busybody. Every single second of the day you are doing something. There's not a lot of like
downtime.
And then it just drastically changes.
Mm-hmm.
And that transition is so hard, and then you have to do it for a long time. It's not like for a day or two.
Yeah, and my surgeon was like, really, you know, you're looking at full recovery, which for me doesn't mean full motion, but full recovery is like up to a year.
Yeah.
That's a year of your life, you know, just changed, you know. I guess it gives you different prospects on life, but I'm a pretty positive person anyway. But yeah, you go over everything, you think about everything. You're like, oh, you know, money and what your kids are doing, and you can't see them, so you're like, are they okay? And it drives you insane. But we're on the road to recovery, and you've recovered fully. You're fully recovered, right? You're
I'm 100%. I'm 100%. Like I surpassed doctors.
Okay.
Thoughts and feelings.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I am the poster child for Cedars-Sinai because of it. The hospital. Like, I am still, my dad is a doctor and he gets all these emails from like different places. And he's like, why are you still on their emails?
Oh, wow.
It was so long ago. I was like, dude, I don't know.
Right.
You think they'd have a different story by now?
What inspired you to make the post on Instagram? Like that 10 years later?
Oh, it's because I had interviewed my mentor, who is my professor at USC, and she was talking about it. Okay. And then I posted it because but it was, it was over 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
And
Reason of parenthood.
You can always DM me if you're having a frustrating day. I feel it. I know what it's like.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That was really nice. I was really happy that you reached out to me. I was like, I was so inspired. I was waiting for my PT appointment, and it came up. I was like, Mom, look, this girl, Carrie, she's practically had the same thing as me. I was like, I'm just gonna text, like, respond to her. She probably won't respond to me, but whatever. I need to air myself. And then you did. So that was super sweet of you, because I was like, I felt really like connected to. It's funny when you have an injury and you're like, oh, now I'm
right.
It's like when I meet someone from the UK. I'm like,
because of this thing.
Friends, I know you. I don't know you at all.
Actually, that week you were one of like 5 people who reached out who are injured currently.
Wow, yeah. I actually, after I saw your post, I started to see not the same, but similar people with, and a lot of aerialists actually. And I was like, wow. So yeah, it's going around. It's in the air. Everyone, be safe.
Well, can I tell you that this is going to be my new story when I have students jumping down, 3 feet off the ground.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm going to scare their pants off because I'm going to be like, this woman who's been doing this for 10 years, she shattered her ankle. Were you on a mat?
Yes, I had a mat, yeah.
Yeah, with a mat.
Yeah.
Because they're like, but there's a mat. I'm like,
yeah.
If you come down on the wrong angle, forget it.
Yep, totally.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, there's people that I heard of a little girl that she, from not my studio, but another studio near here, she did a same side hook, and then she just decided to slide down. She broke her wrist in 2 places. So it's like, you just got to not slide or jump ever, But yeah, that's another subject.
Oh, I will be using Lucy. You'll be my new example of what happens potentially when you slide.
And I want to come and take a class from you when I'm better too.
Oh, Lucy, I would love to meet you in real life. You are a ball of fun.
Yeah, it'd be so fun. I'm going to come up to LA. I mean, it's only an hour from here. Well, 40 minutes, depending on traffic.
I love it. Okay, great to meet you. Okay, say goodbye to Lucy Bean.
Bye, I'm going there.
Oh, no, nicely.
Bye.
Oh my God, she's mad at whoever's on the other end of my phone call. Lucy, oh my goodness. I definitely want to see your progress, and we'll do another update with you months down the line to see how you're feeling. But all of our thoughts are with you. All right, listeners, if you would honor me with a 5-star rating and review, it helps so much. If you want to check out Greener Grass, the podcast I do with Kelly McVeigh, we had a couple amazing actors on there recently, and some amazing stories of people just doing ordinary life in such an extraordinary way. If you want to be on this podcast, or if you know somebody, please DM me at Caribbean1. I check my DMs too much. All right, my friends, over and out. This is Carrie from Wrap Your Head Around Silks. This is the Expecting Aerialist.